Hi guys, Jennifer here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use the print then cut feature in Cricut to print out and cut the elements from the Handmade Club for Shabby Art Boutique every month. So what I do is I take her elements. She provides a zip file as well as a PDF of all of the fussy cut elements. And I use the individual files. So from this elements.zip, when you unzip it, it opens up this folder and all of the PNG files are in here. I think that's amazing that she has this available in her kits because that allows me to take each element, clean it up, and I don't have to export it somehow from a PDF to a JPEG, and it just makes it a lot easier to import your items and then print and cut. So let's go ahead. I've already unzipped these. I have them on my drive, my iCloud drive. And so what I do is I bring each element in at once. Now it is a little bit of work to do this initially, but once you get on a roll, it's pretty quick and you'll have these in your design space, for as long as you keep them, and then you can print and cut anytime. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use this first one here. It's called Boutique Corset 1. Now with the PNG files, they have a clear background. I'm able to clean it up really quickly. So let's go ahead and go to the Cricut design space. I'm using the app because I'm on my iPad. So if you're using the full application, it's just a little bit different, but it has the same features and the same functionality. You just have to learn it a little bit different. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom here, bottom left hand corner, click on upload, browse files, and it's going to, you're going to go to wherever you have unzipped your file. Okay, I'm going to select this first one. Now usually here is where I Command C to get the name. That'll help me out later. And then I'm going to select that first image and it's going to bring it into design space. Now you can see here, this is the cut line. This is what it's going to cut. I love having that because you can see if the background is clean. Now the first thing I do is I click on remove in the bottom left hand corner, and this little lever here that has this green lever here, I'm going to go all the way to the left or right. That changes the size of my circle. Okay, I click on remove because I want to remove any elements in the background. Now having this checkerboard finish in the back means that there's no white space back there, which is really nice. So in case there's anything that was left around, it allows me to clean that up. Now it doesn't look like there's much to clean up on this particular image at all. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the top right corner. I'm going to click on the next, and it's going to bring up another page where I can despeckle or smooth. Now the despeckle kind of will clean up things that may have lots of tiny little holes, like in flowers and leaves and things, and we don't really have that here, so I'll show you that in another picture. And then let's click on smooth, and what the smooth does is kind of smooth the lines around. You can see at the top there's lots of little jagged edge, which definitely brings natural feel to the die cut. So you can either smooth that all out or you can leave it the way it is. And if I click smooth a couple times, every time you click smooth, it smooths out the edge just a little bit so that the Cricut doesn't have to work so hard on getting all those little edges. Okay, so I clicked it about 3 times and you can see the difference. Now remember, when you do click the smooth, it kind of will add a black line around there, so you got to be really careful. But that looks good to me. You can move this right image here, this black image, if you need to see something more clear. You can move it to the left or the right, up, down, wherever you wish to put it. Now I'm going to click in the top right hand corner on next. And you have two options. You could just do a cut file, or you could do a print then cut. We obviously want the print then cut so that it will print the pretty pink corset. Then here I'm going to put the name in the image, and I'm going to, I always put the date so that I know the month and the year that this particular kit came out. And I'm going to call it the Boutique Parisian. Okay. And then I'm going to do a Command V to bring in the title of that file, which is called Boutique Corset 1. Now I'm going to click Save in the top right corner, and it's going to save it to my images. You can see I have all the other images from the last month there as well. Now you have, if you click on the eye, it gives you the title that you called it, so you can look things up. You know, you could do a search for corset and you'll get that all there. Or if you just want to pick like maybe 2021, you'll get just all of 2021's images, and it kind of goes like that. So anyway, there you go. If I were to select this particular image, and then in the bottom right hand corner it says insert, I can insert that into my blank canvas. And look at that, it brings it in such a large file. It's almost like 10 inches. If I click on edit at the bottom, you can see the size, width, and height. I usually work with images about 3 to 4 inches. Sometimes if I'm doing a smaller, tiny project, I might do a 2-inch file or image. So you can go here and change this. Let's say you want the height to be 3 inches. It'll automatically adjust the width for you. If you want to select the width and height, it will, and you unlock this, it will distort your image. So I just kind of leave that locked. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue on, and I'm going to upload again, browse files, and I'm going to bring in the next corset. So you can see this goes pretty quickly. I'm going to click on remove again, and I'm just going to click on the background. So you can see right there in the plus, in the middle of the red plus, is where it's selecting. So make sure you don't remove the image itself. Sometimes the image can come in and look a little bit distorted. So by clicking that remove in the back, it puts the image into the right perspective. Okay, so there's really not much cleaning up to do. I'm going to click on next in the top right corner. There's your cut line, and then this is what your image will look like. So I'm going to click on smooth and just smooth the lines out just a little bit. I'm going to tap once. You can kind of see in this better where it smooths it out. Twice, 3 times. It's not necessary, but I do like the images smoothed out a little bit. And that's what your image will look like. I'm going to click next in the top right corner. Here we are. I'm going to choose the print then cut, and I'm going to name this. I usually do Shabby Art Boutique, and I'm going to Command V. Whoops, I didn't select my image, but that's the Boutique Corset 2. Click Save. And there you go. You have your 2 images there. I can select that one, bring that one in, clicking on insert on the bottom right there, and it's going to add it here to my canvas. I'm going to select the height to be 4 this time. Let's do a 4-inch corset, and there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and upload another image. We're going to browse files and we're going to select, let's do this card French gray blue here. I'm going to select the title, Command C, select on the image, and then, I'm sorry if you hear some drilling, my husband's doing some work downstairs. And of course, there's never a good time to work on a video, so it just will be what it is. I'm going to click on remove, click on the background image here, and that is going to clean any background up. Okay, so you can see here that there's little tiny leaves and all of that. That is pretty tough for any cutting machine to cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on next up here, and we're going to click on the despeckle. What that's going to do is fill in the little tiny areas that are a little too tiny. So let's select the little scroll and we're going to see how it just filled that in. So the only thing that I don't like is that it fills it in with like a black background. So you have to decide if you're okay with that. If you're not, then we can take that off. Undo, like leave the speckle off. Click on smooth. Let's click on smooth a couple times. What that does is add a little bit of a black outline, and that will keep the leaf stems from being so tiny. So the more you click on that, the more the black line around the edge will show. But that will give some fullness to the stems, and I think we're okay with that. It is going to have a little pieces to cut, but I don't like the black filling in. I wish it would fill in with white. That would be, if you guys know how to make it fill in with white instead of black, let me know. So I'm going to click on next here, select my print then cut, and save my image with the name. Command V, it pulls it in, and I'm going to save. I love that journaling card. That's going to be so pretty. And so I can bring in these two images now, and I'm going to click on insert. And there we go. We have our few images. Let's make this one 3. And this one can be 3 also. Okay, so let's say I wanted to print and cut these 4 images. I just go to click on the bottom right where it says make it, and it will bring those images, and there will be your print then cut. Now this way it does kind of waste paper, so you want to try to print as many items at once as you can so you don't waste all that paper. But that is the basics to how you would use the print then cut feature in Cricut Design Space. When you hit print, it will print this to your printer with that black square around it. It will, the Cricut will be able to pick up the location, the exact location of your images, and print them nicely. So I will be back to show you all of my items printed out and cut in the next video, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.